What is up, everybody? It's your boy Jason from the Locker Room podcast. And I know that this will probably just be one video for today. One thing that I'm wanting to kind of touch on, maybe vaguely, I don't know, but touch on is being a man of honor, a man of character. You know, when I was, I'm 37 now, but I remember when I was a teenager, I was probably like maybe 16, 17. There was this elderly couple that would, give me a ride to church. And they were probably in their 80s. And I can remember this gentleman saying, plus there was another Korean War vet, he was in his 70s at the time. Maybe 70s, maybe 80s. But anyway, I can remember these two gentlemen telling me that men nowadays are different, and he was talking about back then, back in the early 2000s. Imagine what they would say about men today. But talking about men in the early 2000s, how men did not have honor, did not have character. And at the time, regrettably at the time, I just chalked it up to, people being old and stuff like that. You don't know what you're talking about. Basically being a knucklehead. Looking at it now, though, they knew what they were talking about. I see a lot of men, of my generation and the generation after, they don't have that character that the greatest generation did. One thing they said is that, men nowadays, they don't have that hard work ethic. Day in and day out, whether you felt like it or not, you got out there and you worked for what you wanted. And I can see that. Men nowadays, men, we got to step it up. If you want something, you got to work for it. You want a six-pack abs, you got to work for it. You got to hit the gym. You want a multi-million-dollar business, you got to work for it. Another thing that they hit on is that, there's not a lot of men of character. What I mean by that is men who will do right regardless of whether anyone is looking or not. And I can see that today. I really can. There's not a lot of men. There's a lot of men who are basically show-offs. Men who will only do right, if it means social media fame. They only do it for clout, but they won't do it if anybody's not looking. And so, another thing they touched on is, sacrifice. Men who sacrifice, men who sacrifice their time, men who sacrifice their blood and sweat and tears. There's a reason why they called the greatest generation is because they didn't have time to grow up, go to beach parties and all that stuff. You know, they went to war. They defended this country. They sacrificed to defend what they believed in. And yet today us as men, we simp over Instagram models. And that's not what we should, as men, should be doing. I'm not saying that we should hate women. No. I'm not advocating for that. I'm not saying hate women. No. This is not what that is about. But listen, I want to encourage you as a man. I want to encourage you to sacrifice something. Find something in your life that you can sacrifice. Find something in your life that will give you purpose. Find that purpose and commit to it. I want to encourage you as a man to do right when no one's looking. Listen, in today's society, it's not easy being a man. In today's society, I would argue that, a lot of men don't have a purpose. A lot of men, they don't know what they want to do. But I want to encourage you as a man, find that purpose. Whether it be, losing weight, being a better man, which I want that for every one of you, that's a man. I want you to be a better man. But find that purpose. It's not going to come to you willy-nilly. It's not. But I want to encourage you, men. Don't stop. Don't give up when the going gets tough. Till then, if you like the content, please subscribe. Please like the video. And till then, just take care. Later.